So the New York Times had done a deep dive, a very detailed investigation of the J1 summer work and travel program for students who come to US every year for a summer of working in US in a sponsored program and then traveling around the US for 1 month before returning home at the end of September. This program has always been kind of suspicious for many people, but now with what New York Times found, we will discuss what were the four main abuses suffered by the students, immigrants. And I am here to talk about it in detail with you guys. My name is Marina Shepelsky. I'm a U.S. immigration attorney for over 22 years. We work in federal immigration courts all over the United States, and I bring you all the latest news and the latest information about U.S. immigration. I break it down in the most simple way possible, so subscribe, share this video, and let's get right into it. So the J1 program is intended so that the student, it's usually a young person, will come from a foreign country to US from May until end of August, and they will work in a seasonal job. There's a contract involved. They sign an employment contract. There's a sponsorship deal, and they usually will be working in places like summer camps or amusement parks. Like if you've been to Great Adventures, there's many J1 student workers there. But New York Times found that these young people are badly exploited, abused, and taken advantage of by the sponsors. The first way that they are being abused and taken advantage of is that they have to pay to get into the program. It's almost like a bribe, and it's definitely illegal, but many people have to scrape their last money together to send their kid to US through this J1 program. And by the way, many of them do not come back. They stay in America, whether by switching their status, getting married to a US citizen, or something else. Number two, why this program is problematic is because it's become modern day slavery in US. That's right. The employers violate whatever contract terms there are that they were signed to, and they just do whatever they want with the workers. They force them to do work never discussed, never anticipated, to work more than 8 hours a day, not to take lunch breaks, not to take dinner breaks. They're basically used like slaves, and they're harassed. And that brings us to the third point. Other than just the exploitation, the too much work for almost no money, they're harassed and abused by the employers. Basically, the employers use them as like their quote unquote punching bags. They do whatever they want with these kids. They tell them whatever they want, and they threaten to get them deported if they don't listen. And finally, number four is they force them into housing that's super, super bad housing. And they force them into taking on apartments and housing that they have to pay for, but they didn't pick. They wouldn't ever pick this kind of an apartment. They would want something nice to live in. But the employers, the sponsors, force them to live in horrible conditions. They make them pay for this housing, even though they're not supposed to ask for money for this. And they treat them really badly. At the end, many people don't say anything. They're afraid to complain, these young people, because of their age, because of their status here. They feel like, they're here temporarily, and they feel the employer has all the power while they're weak and powerless. So there's a lot of abuse and exploitation that goes into this, abuse of their labor and harassment. If this is something that you are hearing and it sounds familiar to you, if you went through this, we can help you, because believe it or not, there's a special visa for when somebody brought you here to abuse you and work you down to the bone and treat you like a slave. That's called T visa. And we can help you get the T visa that leads to a green card. Call us today. We can discuss your own situation. We do make complaints to the Department of Labor of the state where you worked as part of this visa. I always ask my clients to go to the psychologist for like a report, to go to a doctor if you have medical issues, which many people do after working like this for a long time. We are here to help. Call us and schedule a consultation. And stay tuned for more news just like this, where we'll find out something interesting, something new and unexpected about immigration law in U.S. every day. This administration is a gift in terms of the news I'm talking about, is a gift that keeps on giving. There's news every day about what's happening, and we are here with you along for the ride. Give us a call. We are here to help 24/7. If you just go to our website and schedule a consultation to begin your own green card journey. Speak to you soon.